What's going on, everyone? I'm here in Quebec at MRG, just outside of Montreal, checking out the beautiful Deutz-Fahr. This product, guys, is absolutely phenomenal. Now look at James behind me here and this pig. It's a 9340 TTV Warrior Edition Deutz-Fahr. This puppy's clocking in at $500,000 Canadian. And this thing's an absolute monster. 9 series, guys, so you can just imagine the size of this thing. He's gonna let me take it for a spin here. Look at the exhaust. Wow, what a unit. I hope all the tractor heads are enjoying right now. I know everybody loves their John Deere, loves their Kubota, loves their New Holland, loves their Massey. But guys, you gotta check out these tractors all the way from Italy, man. They're doing it differently out here. These things are truly a piece of art. Got my good friend James in the cab right now. Look at the exhaust, okay guys? Look at the detail. Woohoo! Let's show you a little bit around this tractor real quick, okay? Big TM1000s on the back. No joke when we come to the rear here, no joke whatsoever. More components than you could send off a rocket to the moon with, my God. Huge counterweight on the front PTO, all the hydraulics. 1,000 kilogram weight, adjustable in the front. Just look at this thing, man. Look at me beside it. Absolutely massive. Electronic, look at that lift, hydraulic lift there, look at the cylinder inside. Woohoo! This is impressive. Okay, I'm gonna hop inside the cab here. Gonna take you for a quick spin around the block. Oh my God, we're in the rocket ship today, boys and girls. Wow, 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 wow. Got more screens in here than the casino. How you doing? Oh man, this thing is a beast. All right here at your fingertips, guys. This seat is so comfy. Beautiful screen. I think that's the rear view in front of me there. Yeah, got the rear view. Check it out. Camera on display. More controls than we could shake a stick at. This is a big command shifter here. It does something. Excuse my ignorance, I have no idea how to work this thing, but I'm gonna learn. Got some other cool stuff going on over there. Ignition. Look at this ram mount. Woo, that's an intense ram mount. Got some more controls here for the lighting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 light features on there. Gorgeous sunroof. Yeah, doggy. That's awesome. This one's made in Germany. Those ones are made in Italy over there. Some are made in Turkey. You got from all over. Some are made in Poland. But the real big boys are made in Italy and Germany. And it really shows, man. Just a quality product all around. Buddy seat to the left, of course. Leather with a little bit of texture. Incredible, incredible, incredible. I'm gonna learn how to drive this thing, so give me a second here, guys. Okay, guys, we're hopping in the 9340 TTV Warrior by Deutz-Fahr. Gonna take it for a little spin around the parking lot here at MRG. Wow, this tractor is huge, guys. Woohoo! Give myself some space here in the cab because my feet don't even touch the ground because I'm 5'7". Wow, this tractor is just absolutely massive. Full auto, 50 kilometers an hour this pig goes. Look at this thing come through right now. Hang tight, guys, hang tight. Look at this monster. That's special. Dude, I felt like a little kid in there. It's just massive. Well, I hope you guys like that little rip around the parking lot. Nothing special, just brought it for a quick little lap. Legally here in Quebec, if you guys didn't know, you need a license plate to drive a tractor on the road. And unfortunately, there's no license plate on this machine because it is brand spanking new. So all I was able to do was take it for a little rip around the parking lot. But I could officially say I have sat in a 9 Series tractor. This particular machine, Deutz-Fahr, the 9340 TTV Warrior Edition, is truly something special to see. I couldn't imagine being a farmer owning that thing. Like, yeah, that is impressive. Anyways, I am just surrounded by really cool Deutz-Fahr machines, and I want to show you guys a little bit more around here, okay? So hang tight for a second. A little bit of a backstory with this company too, just so all of you know. Deutz is an Italian company, and it is more famous, of course, in Europe. However, they have broken into North America. This is the facility where all the Deutz-Fahr get sent out of here in Quebec. So if you ever see a Deutz-Fahr tractor in Canada, you know that it came from here, MRG in Quebec. Right now, I think they got a little over like 150 pieces on the lot. A lot of big tractors, I would say more than small. Big ticket tractors. Look at this beast behind me here. Another Warrior Edition. Just an absolute monster. This one's an 8280 TTV Warrior Edition. Again, front ballast, just pigs all over the place around here. So obviously Deutz, they do specialize in making larger equipment, more premium larger equipment, and that is definitely what they accomplish here. So just a little bit of history for you guys. This is not a Northern American company. This is a pure through and through company all the way from Europe, and it shows in the product, hands down. Here's the regular Deutz-Fahr color Warrior Edition. Here's a separate Warrior Edition in a very special metallic green, because they just love doing limited edition one-of-one machines. If you guys can see, look at that. Look at that metallic green. So that's a special one-of-one there. That's the normal Deutz color. It's an 8280. This is an 8280. These are Agrotrons, so these Agrotrons in specific are actually made in Germany, but a lot of the machines are made in Italy, and like I said, some are made in Poland, Turkey, kind of all over the place, but this is where their cream of the crop lies in their, 6, 8 series, 9 series. That's their bread and butter, that's their gold. So you see over there, we got a 61, 65 TTV. That's an Agrotron as well. That's a really nice product there too. A little bit smaller than these 8 series, of course. As you guys just seen me, I was in the 9 series. It's the only 9 series on this lot, but man, if you're a farmer, this is gold right here. Like, just absolutely phenomenal machinery here. Anyways, thought I'd bring you guys along for the ride here all the way to Quebec. So just a little quick business trip out here. Gonna be here for today and tomorrow. We have a big group of Italians coming up that represent on behalf of SDF that owns Deutz. They're coming all the way from Milan, Italy, and we're meeting up with them tomorrow to spend the entire day. Look over some of the equipment, get to know the equipment a little bit better, and of course, go out to eat, enjoy some, networking and stuff like that, and build some relationships. I think that's what business, entrepreneurship, and life is just all about, and I'm living the moment right now, really enjoying myself. So thought I'd bring you guys along for the ride. As always, I will always do my best to make sure that you come for the journey. Although a lot of people sometimes around me don't like the camera, I just want to make sure that I'm staying present and bringing you guys along for what I'm doing in my life as an entrepreneur and what we're seeing and what's going on, and keep you guys up to date. This is some really cool stuff, guys. Really, really cool stuff that I'm like just beyond proud and fortunate to be here right now, checking out this machinery. I don't want to just keep showing you, but I mean, in person is, it's just something. The camera never does justice. You guys know how that goes. So 6210s here, just absolute monsters on the 6 series line. Pretty big tires on them. Another 6210. That was that big 9 series we were in. Whew, my God. This thing was just mental. When you got a hydraulic lift for the hood, we're talking business. I guess I should talk a little bit about how the hell I ended up here, because people might be wondering that. I had Deutz reach out to me on Instagram after seeing a couple of viral videos that went off. This was back in like December, January time. And obviously me being Italian, of course, too, I think there was a little bit of a relationship that was built right off the hop there, because you know how Italians can be. We all love each other, of course. And they wanted to give me the opportunity to come out and check out their product and, review it and meet and greet, etc. And always try to build relationships and network and see what opportunity we can make out of the relationship. So of course, here I am right now. I got flown out to Montreal as of this morning. I've been up since 3:30 a.m. My God, I'm a little bit pooched right now, but the energy right now around me is just keeping me absolutely motivated and alive like no other. So I'm feeling good. Now, I don't have much use cases for any of these tractors in what I do, but just being able to come do this and film it and show you guys what Deutz-Fahr has to offer all the way from Europe. Maybe there might be somebody interested in a machine that's watching. Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm looking at the product. I ain't no farmer, but this is some premium stuff right here. Yeah, this is what we're working with, guys. This is what we got going on all the way here in Quebec. So a little bit of a spin-off than the day-to-day operations, but I thought that some of the tractor guys and everybody in the agricultural world would appreciate this fine machinery here. Okay, so I thought these tractors were super cool and I wanted to share them with all you. 58-inch wheelbase on the rear. Very compact unit, tiny. I know it might look a little weird looking, but I think they're pretty sweet. Super compact cab, but still enough room for an operator to go in for a good 12-hour snow shift. And that is what I love the most about this unit, is how they jam 60 horsepower in a 58-inch wheelbase and this very compact tractor. This would literally be perfect for residential snow, but there's one unfortunate thing to share. What do you guys think it is? Drum roll, comment below before I announce it. So of course it is clutch, cable clutch with gears, and it's not hydrostatic. So that is where this machine loses in my eyes for operating. However, it is still a beautiful product. I think would be great on maybe a small farm or some sort of use case that you might have for it. However, operationally for residential snow, coming in and out of a driveway, being in and out of the clutch and gears is not really ideal. Operator fatigue, more work, harder to train people on. So I would say no to this machine, but I would say yes to everything else about it. The fact of it being 60 horsepower in such a small chassis, the nimbleness, how compact it is, the wheelbase size, the cab being a 4-post with good visibility and just enough room. Unfortunately, it is clutch and gears, and we need hydrostatic. It's easier to train operators. We're not breaking as much transmission parts, of course. You could run them a little bit harder when they're hydrostatic, easier to use. All that sort of good stuff, right? Big win on the 3060 Deutz-Fahr unit here. I think these are made in Poland, if I'm not mistaken, where these 6160s and whatnot, these are made in Italy. These are all Italy units here. That's another 3060 with a loader over there. So super nice tractor. Okay, so this is the 6135C Deutz-Fahr RV shift. Oh, this is a 115C, my bad. Similar, just a little bit slightly less horsepower. Nice and big, robust rear end. So you put them in here, eh? This is still okay?
No, it's only for transport.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You flip it the other way then. 3 steps to go in, equipped with the buddy seat, of course. Everything right here on the cluster, right attached to your seat. This is for hydraulics in the rear, you could do, or the front, or the loader. So you don't have to use this for the snow blower. You got all your controls here. And these controls all here are all for the 3-point hitch. Anything that's in orange is for the actual engine and transmission. Speed related. The green buttons are for rear or front lift.
Yeah.
Anything to do with lift.
Yes, exactly.
Is green. Anything to do with power is orange.
Power speed is orange.
And then yellow is obviously PTO.
Front or back PTO.
Blue's hydraulics.
Hydraulics, exactly.
So everything's color coordinated here. And then this is for the shift.
Different colored buttons, the jolly buttons that you can preset some special functions like automatic power shift. You can get the lift functions, up and down lift, cruise control, engine RPM control.
Okay, so these are 1, 2, 3, all configurable. Is this one too?
No, not this one. It's a consent button. So if you want to make some special functions like inverted, forward, backward, you have to click it here once, and then you can change direction if you need.
Incredible. Okay, so a little bit to learn. That's awesome. What's up, guys? We're in the 6135C. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a tour around this tractor here for a moment, explain a few things, but I'm not gonna go crazy into detail because I'm gonna be speaking out of a little bit of slight ignorance because I just learned the machine. I got to know all the different types of machines today, and I'm still new to all this. And I know for sure that this tractor has a lot more to offer than what I'm talking about, but I thought I'd give you some of the details that I really loved about the machine, okay? First and foremost, this is what the wheel looks like. Forward and reverser here with your different settings here on the scroll wheel. As you can tell right up here, you got soft 2, soft 1, medium, hard 1, hard 2, okay? And that's your reverser. So when the tractor engages into forward and reverse, that'll just kind of smoothen it out or make it harder, depending on the load that you have on the front or the rear of the tractor. Okay, so that's what that feature is for there. I was operating it as if I had a blower on it. That's what I was trying to do in my mind, and I really enjoyed S1. That was a super smooth transition from forward to reverse, so that's my pick. You got your horn here for good luck. You got this big old beautiful windshield wiper here, covers you from A to Z. Sunroof, of course. Good morning. Needs a little bit of a cleanup there. You could also pop the hatch on this thing, which I thought was super cool if you want some ventilation that way. Farmers must love that. Got the visor also here. Got the visor here. That's all cool stuff. And then of course we move over to a couple of the features that are on the cluster, okay? Now there's some button controls along the side here. This feature I thought was super cool. So this actually prohibits the amount of steering that you have to do inside the tractor. So if you want to make your steering a little bit easier, you go like this, click it, you engage your steering button. Pay attention to the front left tire right here. I have this tractor in the advanced steering mode, and I'm going to be able to turn the tires, the full capability of this machine, with like a spin and a half. Okay, watch this. One spin, that's it. There you go. Tires are completely torqued, guys. Check it out. One more time. I'm gonna bring it back to straight now. Okay, this is torqued all the way. And then boom, back to straight. So I thought that was a super cool feature. It makes it super easy to just maneuver the tractor around without having to do full, complete 3 circular turns. Now, when I turn the mode actually off, I'm gonna show you the difference here for a second, okay? So tires are nice and straight. 1 rotation, 2 rotation, okay? So it's about double the amount of effort, and you end up with your tire, of course, all the way in and the left one all the way out. Okay, so watch the wheel one more time with the top of the tires. So we're gonna go 1 rotation, 2 rotation, and that brings you back to straight. As opposed to when you turn on the advanced mode, it's just 1 rotation and then you're completely left, or 1 rotation and you're completely right. Super cool feature there. I thought that was awesome. I'm gonna get a feel for it when I am doing snow with this model tractor to see if I do like it or not, but as of right now, I did admire the feature. Cab suspension that you could turn on and off. It has stop and go, so you guys in the farm industry, of course, and anybody who's ran ag tractors, you guys know about stop and go. So essentially you could stop, the tractor clutches in, it comes to a complete halt, you could disengage, and then you're free to go without stalling the tractor out. Okay, so that's some cool stuff there. You can turn it on and off right here on the front. So if you guys look closely, I'll show you what that does. Look closely at the front of the hood. You see that? So super cool feature. You can essentially just raise the front end up or put it down depending on the suspension that you want. This is an operator lock for the seat. Light fixtures here. Another thing that I really admired about this Deutz-Fahr 6115 CRV shift is, although the cluster is gorgeous, I thought it was really cool how everything's color coordinated. Okay, so when we go over here to the conjunction of controls, as I mentioned earlier, green is anything to do with like the lifting on the machine, front end or rear end. Okay, so that's all 3-point hitch, if you will. Anything to do with the hitch is in green. Anything to do with hydraulics is in blue. You can see the blue buttons, blue controls, and then anything in orange is to do with the power. Okay, power, transmission, anything to do with the machine that makes it move. Like I said, green is for lifting, blue is for hydraulics. So I love the color coordination that Deutz has to offer in this machine and all their machines. It's a staple. So I thought that was super cool. Now this machine looks a little bit confusing to use, but it's actually extremely easy. Okay, now I'm gonna share with all you guys how I'm gonna be operating this machine come winter time and using the controls that I configured. So you have your road mode that makes you drive in automatic. This tractor is fully automatic, which I think is so cool. You can drive from 0 all the way to 50 kilometers an hour without touching any sort of gears, clutch pedals, buttons, anything, just driving it like a car. So you could also preset some settings, of course, to drive it in a certain manner to operate and do working stuff like doing driveways in the winter, farming, etc. So I preset it to have a maximum of 8 gear. okay? A minimum of 3rd gear so that it doesn't drive too slow, and then a working gear of 5, okay? So essentially, as soon as I hit the reverser, it goes into 5th gear. As soon as I hit the forward, it goes into 5th gear. And then as I give it more power, it'll go all the way up to 8th gear, but will not pass 8th gear. So that way you're not flying too fast out of the driveways, or you're going into the driveways too fast. So let me explain that to you real quick by showing you, okay? So I'm not gonna touch the clutch. All I need to use is the brake and the gas. That's it, because it's got the stop and go feature. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go forward on the shift, give it some gas, and I move forward, just like that. The tractor is gonna go all the way up to 8th gear as a maximum. This is like perfect speed for blowing snow. And then we're gonna go in reverse, give it some throttle backwards. Starts me off in 5th gear, like I said, and lets me go all the way to 8th. Okay, you don't want to be going faster than this backing up into a house. I get to my garage door, brake, forward on the shifter, drop my 3-point hitch for the blower on my scroll wheel, and away I go. Okay, we're gonna do that one more time in sequence. Exactly how I'm gonna use this machine to blow snow back in Sault Ste. Marie this winter. So I'm coming into my driveway, I flick it into reverse on the shifter. We're going in, starts me off in 5th gear. I give it some more gas. Okay, you don't want to be going faster than this up into a house, right? I get close to my garage door, feathering the brake, slowly coming in. Okay, foot on the stop and go brake. I get to my garage door. I got my scroll wheel, put my 3-point hitch down, hit my button forward, take my foot off the brake, hit the gas. I'm pointing, shooting my snow, giving it some more throttle. And remember, the tractor will not go past 8th gear because I have it preset that way, which is awesome because you don't want to be going faster than that doing driveways. I get to the end of the driveway, flick it in reverse, away I go. So, coming back in my driveway one more time, flying in, 8th gear, full throttle, nice and smooth. I get to my garage door, drop the blower with the scroll wheel, put the tractor forward. I'm blowing, giving it some throttle, shooting snow all over the place. Boots your mother, yeah, doggy. That's it, boys and girls. So I'm going and leaving. This is as fast as I could go. Okay, then I put it on road mode to go house to house, and now we start flying. It's shifted to the guy 16, 17, 18, 19, all the way to 20 gears automatically in this beautiful Deutz-Fahr 6115C RV shift. Super impressive, guys. You know, I know John Deere and I know there's a lot of other tractor brands that have a lot of these functions to offer. This is new to me. This is overkill for my business model. I'm really used to manually operating a machine, clutch, gears, without all these fancy electronics, but these electronics make the experience way better when you got to go out there and do the job, okay? So I can tell you I'd much rather do a 12-14 hour shift in a tractor like this than a manual tractor. So really appreciative of the opportunity to be able to use this exact model tractor in my fleet for an entire winter. And we're gonna do some use case studies with this machine, give you guys some more overviews, but I thought I'd tease you a little bit with how I'm gonna be using it in my business. All the controls are gonna happen right here at my fingertips. All I gotta do is press the gas forward, reverse, hit the stop and go. You don't even need to touch the clutch in this machine. And that's the cool thing. Well guys, that was a pleasant experience. I'm happy I was able to bring you along for the ride a little bit, show you some of the features that the 6115C Deutz-Fahr RV shift had to offer. This is the 6135C right behind me here. That's the exact model I got, but with the RV shift transmission, which is their Cadillac of transmission here that Deutz has to offer. Look at the front grille on this tractor, okay? Come on. That thing is mean. Super, super cool machine, guys. And honestly, just really fortunate to be here at Deutz-Fahr. in Quebec. Really special experience that MRG put on for me here. They're the importer of the product, and then they kind of distribute it out to all of Canada. So this is where all the Deutz-Fahr equipment comes from. A lot of their bigger stuff that I showed you yesterday, like that 9340 and those 8 series tractors, all those more than likely get sold out west. A lot of the smaller 5 and 6 series get sold here in Eastern Canada, but out west really be eating up all those large tractors, the 8 and 9 series. But that's where Deutz puts a lot of their time into, and you could really tell in the product. Their 8 and 9 series is just ridiculous. Not to say that their 6 series isn't. There's some cool stuff to see on the 6 series. Check out this 6160.4 Warrior Edition. Incredible. Egertron Edition, all the way from Germany. Just an absolute tank. Couple more down here, 6160 TTV, that's the RV shift. Anyways, guys, obviously I'm over the moon fascinated by being able to test some of this awesome equipment here and just be able to share a little bit of the experience with you guys. These tractors are no joke, okay? They are absolutely massive, and my God, are they built with some thought. Absolutely incredible experience. Once again, thank you so much to Deutz-Fahr for sending me out here to Quebec. Happy that I was able to bring you guys along for the ride. I hope you love the Deutz equipment. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so, because I have a very special machine to show you when we get home from the family of Deutz. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to the Italians, and of course, thank you to the audience watching. We will catch you on the next one. Peace.